party people. Hello, it's Randy for Thunderhorse Descendant. I am here, and you guys. So as you know, I had a family emergency. So if you're like, okay, Randy, what's going on with this mini series? That's what's happening. I had to run back to North Dakota. My grandpa was sick, and I'm only back for a short time. I'm going to actually be going back to North Dakota to help out over there. So I just wanted to jump on. We've got, what do we got? 5? Is it 4 or 5? I mean, there's quite a few projects here from the November Bargain Bead Box, and I hear they're getting ready to send out the next one. So I was like, hey, we got to get on this. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just jump in. We're going to do these projects. If you need a reminder, like I did, of what we're doing, I will link it up here in the cards for you where I did the plan video. So I have already made a couple of the projects and then I left. So now I'm back to finish up the last 4 or 5 projects. Hopefully we can get those all done. They'll probably be split up into a couple of different videos. I might just do a different video for each one, but just wanted to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on. So let's get down to the mat, get this party started. All right, guys, here we are on the mat. So if you've been following along and had this long pause, this is our next project up. And as I recall, this is supposed to be a charm, well, a charm necklace. So I believe the idea was like this. Two. And then these are going to go on here like that. So that's the idea, and then these will be for earrings. So let's jump on into it. We're actually going to do, looks like a little bit of, I don't know if I want to put this on wire. You could put it on stringing if you don't have wire. But I think, let me see what I got for rose-colored wire. Okay, I've got some 22. I've got some 22 gauge. So you know how I just love to live my life in 22 gauge wire. I also have some 20, so that's helpful because I think I would like to use 20. So I think I will actually just put mine on wire. Now, if you want to put yours on stringing cord material, you can totally do that. It would look great. It's going to look great either way. I just feel like it'd be a lot easier to just go with the wire, so that's what I'm gonna do. But before we jump into all that, I am going to get this portion ready for us to do. So let me just move this on up. So these are the portion that is going to be our actual charm. So I am going to first wire wrap this leaf, and do I have 20? I thought I had some 22 gauge. For that, let me look. I'm sorry, not 22, 24. Yes, I do. So I'm using 24 gauge. This says copper, but I mean, this is what we got. So first things first, I'm just going to get myself a little smidge of this. Okay, there we go. And we're just going to wrap this right up. So to wrap this, I am just going to go through, and I'm actually going to double up on this wire. So I've just got it in there like that. Now there's a bunch of ways you could wrap this if you wanted to, but I think I'm just going to double up on it. Bring it over the top and just use these wires as if they were one wire, because that just seems like the simplest portion, like the simplest to do. I am going to leave these tails in the front, and I could you know, put a little something on here if I wanted at this point, but actually I think I am just going to trim them off. And I was going to put something on there, but I think I'll just tuck them in. I'm just getting this straight. All straightened out here. Looks nice. And there we go. She's ready to rock. So we are also going to need some jump rings, and I have more copper jump rings, but that's all that I have. So I am going to use these. These are larger C. I call them C. They're an oval jump ring, but they kind of have a different, interesting shape, and they're more heavy duty. I do sell these on ThunderhorseDescendant.com, and they will be restocking on Monday if you need some. But I am going to go ahead and just attach this on there because I'm putting it on the toggle. It needs to have a little larger jump ring. And then I just want to make sure everything is hanging correctly, and it appears to be. So there's our first charm. Second, we're just going to put these two on. Just going to, again, grab some jump rings, and I'm going to actually grab 3 because we are going to need one for this top toggle part before we start our beading portion. All right, so now the question becomes, how do I want these to hang on there? I think I want this one in the middle. Yeah. It's going to go either in front or behind the leaf a little bit, but quite honestly, I'm not mad at it. I think that's kind of cute. I like how they move around. And then I'll put this last one on next to it. And there we go. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, so now I'm going to add the top ring so that when it comes time, this is ready to put onto our beaded portion. So there's this guy, ready to go. Pendant ready. There we go. Okay, now, since I have this, I'm just going to put it to the side and get my beads out here. I don't know how many I have, so I'm going to count them out. Okay, so there's, excuse me, there's 5 for each side. So I am going to use the 20 gauge just because I feel a little more comfortable that it's more of a heavy duty wire. And I'm going to get just a little smidge of this 20 gauge out here. I would say probably about 8 inches or so, because I'm going to have to do the wrapping. So now I could wrap right onto this chain if I wanted to. I think I might do that. I think I will. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave about 1 inch or so up here on the top. And I'm just going to start this how I normally would do a wire wrapped loop. Bring it over the top, spin, pull this all the way around. And then I'm going to take it out of there. You may have to open this up just a smidgy to get your chain on there. Okay, so just put the chain on. And then we're just going to finish this up as we normally would. So I'm going to grab a hold of the loop. Now, I've had a lot of people ask about this. So when I grab a hold of this loop right here, what I do is I kind of take my fingernail, I'm going to push that in and pull this wire out a little bit so that it looks like an actual head pin. I found that to be helpful in the wrapping process. So if you're not aware of that, you can always give that just the slightest indentation. And go about 3 times. And then I'll cut my tail off. So, just make sure everything is tucked in really good. And now I'm ready to start beading on this portion of the wire. So, I'm just going to put on these 5 beads. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, these were like those textured glass beads, I think, or textured carnelian or something. I'd have to look at the sheet. But anyway, so there I have just my beads. I'm going to go ahead and put on my pendant. And finish it up with the other 5 beads. All right, so there she is. Okay, so before I start wrapping the other side, what I'm going to do is I am going to kind of just give this a little indentation of a V. I mean, this is going to be meant to be, you know, on someone's neck. So I am just going to give it a little bend because that'll help it to lay nicely. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. So I'm going to take my round nose plier. And with that V in there, I am going to bend, twist, bring it all the way around. Now remember to put on your chain, put on your other side of the chain. So I opened it a little bit. And just put that guy on there. Go in and grab this loop. And wrap 1, 2, 3. So then I'll just go in here and tighten this up. And we are good to go. Alrighty, so now that we're on there, so of course now this will bend and move a little bit. If you don't feel comfortable with it, like I said, you could put it on to regular stringing beaded wire. That would work also. I think this is going to be just fine for what we're doing here. Make sure this is in the back. I don't want this split in the front, so I'm going to put it to the back. Alrighty. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this chain in half. Now if you wanted a shorter necklace, let's get our froggy tape out. See how much chain we actually have on here with all of this business. So you guys might not be able to see all that, but I'm going to measure it. So to the pendant, it's quite long. It is just about 24 inches. So I don't want that much. What I do want is, I want it to be about 18 inches. So I'm going to start in the middle of the ring here and I'm going to measure to about 9 inches. And I'm just going to cut that. You are going to get a little bit of extra when you add on the clasp and everything. So that is what I am doing here. Alrighty. Easy peasy. All we do now is put our clasp on. Now, I didn't have a clasp reserved in this bag, and I don't know why it didn't do that. but maybe I didn't have enough or something. So I'm going to go with this older clasp that I had received in a different Bargain Bead Box. I don't remember which one it was, but I am going to go ahead and use this one in keeping with the theme of Bargain Bead Box. As you can see, it's not the exact same color, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to grab up a couple of these jump rings. And we will be good to go. You guys, this is such an easy project. This took like 15 minutes. If you're looking for good gift ideas, this, in my opinion, is a good one. Because it doesn't have too much beads. You know, some people, they don't like a whole lot of beads. Some people do like a lot of beads. But this way you get a little bit of both worlds. And super easy. Not very time consuming. Could whip up some stocking stuffers or gift, you know. All right. So now I did notice in these ones, when I got these, that you kind of got to give them a little bend before you start trying to put stuff in there. Because they are a little bit tight. But they are designed to be that way. Because they're supposed to hold that ring in there. But they do bend out a little if you give them a little bit of stuff. There we go. A little bit of a bend. All right, we're looking pretty good here. I do appreciate my decision to use this bamboo toggle as part of the charm. I think it makes it look really cute. Also, the bamboo portion of like where the little indentions are making the jump rings hang on a little better, instead of them just, you know, constantly sliding. And using that loop makes it stay in place instead of using it the other way. So I'm actually pretty happy with that decision. So there's the necklace. Of course, I'll get pictures and everything for you guys when we're finished. I am just going to move this to the side, and this is super easy. I mean, all I'm going to do, I've got some rose gold earring hooks. I'm just going to put those onto these earrings. These are the French earring wires. And just put those on there. Now you could add beads or do something if you'd like, but I thought, why complicate it? Now I do put mine on, so one side is on this side and one side's on that side. So when you're wearing them, they look, you know, like they're supposed to be like that. And here's our finished set. Total of like 15 minutes, maybe 20. So pretty good, I gotta say. So that is project number, I want to say this is maybe project number 3 or 3. I think it's 3. We'll check that out in the editing process. But there you go, guys. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, make sure to leave a comment, and also let me know if you have been following along. I apologize. I had to run into North Dakota and do some stuff, but I'm mobile now. I got a laptop, and so now I'm going to try to be on the road doing stuff. So I'm super excited about it. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. Sending you all the great beading vibes. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one.